This Monday morning coffee tells me that those plans on paper are going to go pretty well. And I love Monday morning coffee. Good morning. Happy new week. Gonna kick this week off with 2 dozen pasture-raised eggs. Gonna hard boil them and go from there. Maybe we'll get some egg salad out of it. And we will use a precious pot because we like some precious things. Stove needs cleaned, you know, life. But I'm working on getting my Monday list ready. Get going for the week with what we need. What mama's gotta get done, what other folks gotta get done. Priorities and all that jazz. And I plan to get done not 1 but 2 big freezer cooking videos. I'm going to just gently pick away at the first one over the next 3 days. That'll give me 3 different time blocks to hit, and that kind of filming for those kind of videos goes very well for me these days because I can still get things like my run-in and take folks to appointments and activities and, you know, sandwich life around it, but on paper at least have good 3 to 5 hours of cooking time most afternoons, and that'll be 1 big freezer cooking video. And then my plan, again, we love the plans on paper. This Monday morning coffee tells me that those plans on paper are gonna go pretty well. And I love Monday morning coffee. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, gonna do a second big freezer cooking video in my little time blocks. Yay. Also, no lies told, we also have some cookies and cream gluten-free cake that we special ordered for a birthday this weekend, and yeah, some breakfast options. Alrighty, we're gonna go shopping in my basement grocery store. Got some potato dirt and other adventures in my bag, and we are gonna get dinner not only for tonight but for a couple nights. Okay, so my plan is getting in the beef freezer that we are going to do 2 roast like I did maybe 2 weeks ago now. It ends up being, let's see if I can get my bag open, about 7 pounds. 2 chuck roast. Again, we are continuing to work through this whole cow I bought this fall. And again, we're doing pretty good. I mean, there's bones, although there are some other cuts behind them. Lots of ground beef, which is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Some briskets up there, lots of like these soup bone cuts too. But I mean, we do have some filet mignon, but you can tell I love the ribeyes and the sirloins. I think we're out of sirloins now. We do have liver, and we've got several packs of the beef stew meat, so we will get there. Okay, like there's more beef stew meat there, but anyway, back to tonight. We're gonna do the beef roast, variety of potatoes, some salad, maybe some deviled eggs. In here, whoop, 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 I did for the first time have, let's see, it's Red Bank's beef farm that I got my whole cow from this go round, and one of the options they gave me was to get patties already done, and I thought, well, sure. So I really liked that option. I wasn't sure how many pounds to get, so I don't remember now if we did like 15 or 30 pounds worth of patties, but whatever we did, next time I want to do more. I'll have to ask them if they have any record of that or whatever. But had one of my kids ask me the other day about sheet pan burgers. I guess I should do math on that. Well, that's a dozen, so probably need 2 dozen. If I have burgers for 10 people, and not everyone will have 2, but many will, so let's just say 2 for everyone. That's 20, and then a few extra, maybe 4 or so servings the next day for lunch. So then that would leave us with, we got 1, not really enough for another 24 meal. And it's like times like this where I'm like, well, I wonder if I should just plan on like 2 nights of sheet pan burgers. I was going to do something different, but I think we'll do that. I think we'll just, I mean, this is how I cook, you know. I'm like, if we're doing it, we're doing it. And we'll plan for 2 full nights of sheet pan burgers. I've never had anybody complain about sheep hamburgers. And that's great. These are from the cow before this one. That's some more leg bones left. Just lots of broth adventures. That's the beef heart. And again, we've been working through those chicken carcasses, need to keep working through and do beef broth too. So I do plan on, with the roast, so it's Monday, so I'm planning a big, like hopefully a feast dinner tonight, Monday. And hey, look, we meal prepped. That will be dinner for leftovers for Tuesday. Here's how our potato box is going from the community garden. That's what's left of that box we're working through. This is a giant sweet potato. We will throw that in a slow cooker here during the day. Got some other potatoes going. Thank you to Wild Grain for sponsoring today's video. For $30 off your first box plus free croissants for life, visit wildgrain.com/Jamerrill and use my special code Jamerrill. Wild Grain is the first ever bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough bread, fresh pastas, and pastries. With Wild Grain, you can build your own box. You'll never run the risk of getting bored, that's for sure. Wild Grain is constantly adding new, seasonal, and limited time special items to try when you build your box. You can have all the benefits of sourdough without the hard work. What a thought! Unlike typical supermarket bread, Wild Grain uses slow fermentation process that can be easier on your belly, richer in nutrients and antioxidants, and can help lower blood sugar spikes. It's super convenient because you can go from freezer to table in 25 minutes, so you can enjoy homemade quality whenever you'd like. As you can see, we really enjoyed seeing the items that we got in our Wild Grain box. This was a special gluten-free box, so all the breads, the cookies, the pastas, even the special chocolate mousse that we enjoyed were all gluten-free, which is wonderful for my gluten-free folks. Wild Grain uses clean ingredients, real sourdough, and hand-cut fresh pasta. If you want to check out Wild Grain, be sure to click on my link in the description below. Head to wildgrain.com/Jamerrill. Use my code Jamerrill and get $30 off your first box, plus you'll get free croissants in every box. I'm just checking out my fridge as far as leftovers we need to use up. I actually have some sweet potatoes I prepped the other day, so I won't do any more sweet potatoes tonight. This will probably take another day or two to work through. And then we also have, of course my pot needs scrub, but there's a little bit of chicken on these chicken carcasses. I mean, this will honestly probably be like, I'll peel this down for my own lunch. Not even enough there to do some chicken salad. So we'll get that finished up today at lunchtime. We had a big birthday this weekend and we got crab legs and shrimp with that. So there's probably 1.5 pounds of shrimp left. I think these will probably be used also mostly for lunch because I do have 9 people in this house, lunch for 9. So if anyone else wants to pick some chicken with me, if other folks, I can remind them of the shrimp and the sweet potatoes, and then of course we still got some Sharp Shopper yogurt hanging out, so we definitely, lunch is done for today. So actually, does my sinks need washed out? I think so. Hey look, we meal prepped with these hard-boiled eggs because since I stumbled into that chicken that needed finished, I got some chicken and carrots I'm gonna heat up for breakfast. Many of my folks, as I shared, enjoyed some gluten-free birthday cake. And hey, that's what birthdays are for. So I think these will become deviled eggs that will go with our dinner feast that I wanna make tonight. Also some toddler cucumbers by request. These were meal prepped by the 7-year-old. Okay, some of these would fare better for egg salad, but we'll still make the best of it. And hey, look, later on we'll do deviled eggs. mean, that's good. We are productive. We have had a feels like temperature today of 52, and the snowstorm and ice will be tomorrow, and that'll be a whole other thing. But I was able, let me do my step count. Okay, I'm at a little over 12,000 steps. It's 4:49, and I'm hoping that this will be my first day in a couple weeks where I will hit 20,000 steps for the day. So thank you, February. Life goals I shared with you earlier about getting the roast in the slow cooker. I don't know if I said that out loud or not, but my plan was I was going to get the 7 pounds of farm-raised chuck roast in the slow cooker. That did not pan out. So I think my red pot, yep, there it is. It took a spin in the dishwasher this afternoon, and we are going to put the roast on potatoes, our classic trick, in this pot. Okay, there will be some banging, and I will have another person unload our dishwashers, and that will make all things right with the universe. So I walked 1.5 miles, and then I ran 2.5 miles, and again this evening, like after dinner, after game time, after evening jobs, after all the things, hopefully this evening from about 8:30 to 9:30 or so. Basically hope to get another like hour or so walk in. Alrighty, so this pot serves us so well. And I'm gonna do some olive oil. I want to get this fridge cleaned out because I'm gonna ask a lot of this fridge this week. And this lid could be like scrubbed more. I can probably take a little metal scrubber. I put it in the oven so much. Yes, that comes off. It's just well loved and well used. So that's just cosmetic, cosmetic wear and tear. So I'm gonna put, I should be able to put these potatoes whole on the bottom. Again, we're not gonna do the world's second largest sweet potato today because I got 4 or 5 small ones, and I just want to use those up over the next day or two. Don't let me forget, I think there's a little bit of shrimp left. Those were eaten during lunchtime by several folks. And what else? Yeah, so big thing are these roast potatoes. I will probably do, I've been doing a lot of the spring mix salads, excuse me while I point with a knife, spring mix salads with strawberries chopped up on them with some avocado oil and apple cider vinegar or an apple. Just nice, something different. But anyway, okay, let me not get roast blood on Big Bertha here, right? We'll just move her for the time being. So I am just going to get these open. I had pulled out the J. Hughes sugar-free pineapple ginger marinade, and I thought earlier in the day when I thought I was doing the slow cooker, I thought I would pour this on them, but I don't think I'm going to do that now. Just fine. Pour a little coconut aminos on them. I just like to smell stuff. Okay. Nice. Got our meat prepped and ready. Well, almost ready. Got it out of the packaging. That is done. Now I'm going to wash my hands and just pour some red mint salt and a little sprinkle of this coconut aminos on there. These are delicious roast, and the juices from them are amazing. It makes for some really good root vegetables under them. See, I would pour radishes in there also, well, and throw some carrots, but I'm just keeping it super simple. And again, we'll have salad with it. Hope to do some deviled eggs. And then we have the sweet potatoes. So that's it. That's it for now. Go, the well-beloved pot. Alrighty, so lamb It's 5 o'clock. Well, I should have had that back out. We can do it though. It's where we get our power spots in. I'm hoping that we'll eat about 6:30 or so tonight. 6:30 is my plan on paper. If we miss and hit 7, it'll be okay. Alrighty, so I'm asking a lot of this refrigerator this week. We're gonna have a lot of adventures, so I just know I need to clean it out a little bit. This is what's left of the shrimp. I don't even know if there's a pound left in there, so that's good. I had got 4 pounds. Okay, this is not gonna be super scrub tidy how I would like. Oh, birthday cake's pretty much gone too. I'm gonna go ahead and get this last little piece out of there. And what else am I doing? I did have a lot of bins in here, like the condiment bins. But anyway, at some point we got off using those, just depending on what I have in here. Years ago at the Forest House, I cleaned out my big 15-passenger van, and I got, what was it? I think it was a spoon. I used a spoon to clean the seats and stuff, just to like help peel up some of the things. I think we had, 8 kids living at home full-time then. And I have 8 kids living at home full-time now. So, anyway, life happens, spills happen, whether it's a vehicle or a Mega Mama refrigerator. Alrighty, so we are at least cleaned out. I don't like the grapes at the top, but if I put them at the bottom, they're gonna be easily accessible. And we are having dinner soon, and folks have gotten an apple who needed it. But anyway, there will be no beef roast for dinner if they can get to the grapes at this time. So we'll get their grapes, just not quite yet. And we got our bananas that need to finish serving their purpose in life, along with our new green bananas that got dropped off. And this is what I was saying with the cake. I mean, someone will finish that, but yeah. Happy birthday weekend finale. We are having deviled eggs made this evening. So this is how dinner is looking for tonight. Those grapes, they have reappeared. Remember we had Daniel's dahlias? Now we have Daniel's deviled eggs. That's our eggs from this morning that we asked a lot of, but it all worked out. We've got our 2 roasts. Now, I had to go and film something else. I left this in the oven with the heat off with the lid on. Got a little extra toasty, but it's still very moist and tender, and I've already been eating chunks of it. We have potatoes under there for those who would like it, and then I also reheated some of our small little baby sweet potatoes. We got butter out for those who would like that on their potatoes, and there we go. We got dinner tonight. Well, good morning. So we're having, well, a snow, and we're also having a snacky breakfast. So this is my preschooler's bowl for the morning of snacky things. He is busy playing. Then for my 7 and 10-year-old, 7-year-old's request, peanut butter apple. 10-year-old's request, peanut butter apple, green apples specifically, and also pretzels, because he's one of my folks that likes to dip the pretzels in the peanut butter. We're supposed to get about, well, 6 to 7, 4 to 8, who knows? getting snow. It is slowly starting, and then a whole day of ice. We got a lot of morning fort building and inside play happening. All right, well, it's snowing high, and yesterday it was not, and there's that, okay? It's now 4:17 p.m., okay? A lot is done. A lot is done. Are we on the schedule or the time frame I had written down on my planner? No, not exactly. But are we still gonna get a lot done? We are. I've gotten a lot done. I fed people food today. I didn't show yet. And last night, here's a pan that a 6'2" teenager cooked some afternoon egg sandwiches in. But anyway, last night, I was reminded today when I opened the fridge, hold on, I best be wiping a counter while I'm talking or things are not gonna go well. Anyway, I am starting the big freezer cooking project. Oh yes, I am. And I'm going to at least get a bunch of breakfast freezer meals done today. And I best pay attention to that sourdough or that ain't gonna be great. But the kitchen needs clean, and I'll need to stir this. I just need to put my starter back in the fridge because I'm not doing sourdough thingies this week. That should be good. Okay, I'll deal with everything. I'll deal with everything. That's the new shirt, right? I'll deal with everything. But it has been a good day. School got done. Forts are being made. Legos, deep in the Legos in the living room. The keyboard was being played. All those good things. And I got a video published. You gotta hear my working on YouTube life. Got a video published. All those good things. Phone calls, emails, handling my business as we do. We're doing it. So I'm hopeful to clean up with y'all, set a timer, and then just take like the next 2 hours focused for all the breakfast freezer meals. I just feel like before I get into a big project, I need the kitchen wiped down. Even though in that video people won't see that there's crumbs under my toaster. It's just the overall quick tidy before the next project begins. So tonight, dinner, I don't gotta cook no dinner. I get to make 12 weeks worth of breakfast sandwiches maybe, I don't know, might only be 4. The folks will let us know how long they last, usually not that long. But anyway, we have about half of those roasts from last night. Remember we made 7 pounds? There's probably 2 pounds left, but we forgot those shrimp for dinner. They had some for lunch, and I don't think anyone got into those today for lunch. So there's still shrimp that can be added as a protein for dinner. And then there are the potatoes, and there's like 5 potatoes and maybe 4 or 5 small sweet potatoes. So there's enough leftover situations. And then the fruit lives here. The fruit lives here. I've had some fresh fruit refills in recent Walmart orders, so we're pretty good. These are my supplements I'm running out of and my ones I need to reorder. So if I set them out, I'll remember to do that. So I am buzzing around and I'm going to dump that sourdough discard into my current collection container of my sourdough discard. I'm going to feed my sourdough starter. I'm scared because I have it in a smaller container and I have like 6 or 7 quarts probably of discard in my fridge for upcoming projects. I don't want to put my starter in there. And I mean, I could write the word starter on it, put a special rubber band, put a bow, put a note on it. I'm just concerned. And right now, I just need to get making breakfast freezer meal sandwiches. So I'm just gonna feed it for today. I might be doing something with my active starter tomorrow or later this week. We're just handling our business. We are continuing like how we do. We are handling our business and doing what needs to get done. Yes and amen. I bought my first 30-quart Mega Mama bowl about 8 years ago or so, and since then I've added 4 more to the collection. Why would a mom of 9 need 4 30-quart bowls? Just stick around and find out. Now, no, I don't have 9 toddlers living in my house at this moment. Currently in my household, I serve a family of 10. That includes me, myself, and I, haha, only counts as one person, my 76-year-old mama, and 8 of my 9 children, 6 of which are minors, 4 of which are teenagers. Even though one teenager is over that adult threshold, it's still a teenager in my house. So I'm feeding, and I'm just gonna round up to the birthdays that are about to happen or just happened, okay? I'm feeding a 4-year-old, 7, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21, 45, and 76. And the first thing we're gonna get started with is our breakfast freezer meal sandwiches. Now, don't be scared. I was scared, haha. I had another cheese slicer that I used a couple freezer cooking video adventures back, I think in summer 2024. That was the broken one. This is the not broken one. That one has been removed from this property, so it was up here with my Canon stuff under this island. It just was not where it should be. So anyway, we got this out, and I had one of my teen folks work on slicing some cheese while I worked on some kitchen cleaning, all working together. I'm gonna keep on getting this cheese sliced, and then we're gonna jump into breakfast freezer meal sandwiches. Okay, so we are continuing to pile the cheese. And then also, besides these breakfast freezer meal sandwiches that we're gonna make, I have sandwich eaters. There's a lot of people here that also make some sandwiches. So don't worry, the cheese will get used. Alrighty, so this is an almost 12-pound, 11.96 pounds of provolone cheese. I got this at my local Sharp Shopper. It was $36.96. I think this was $3.09 a pound. I'm not doing the math right now, but part of that sticker is ripped off there. It's blank, 0.09 per pound. Do the math quick for me. Anyway, we worked through that, and now we are going to work through another. Okay, I couldn't be this near to all this cheese for this long and not eat a slice of it. I don't know what that means, but yummy. Alrighty, so I got this thing out, and I'm gonna have to clean it. Don't ask me how that works yet. But anyway, I should cut the rest of this. Here we go. Hold on here, let me get my little system set up. That's what my team that was working on this earlier noted, that once it reaches a certain point, it starts shooting cheese everywhere. So we hadn't had that yet. Okay, now we've had that experience. Okay, and actually, what do you do with the little odd bits of cheese? There's no problem. There's no problem. I got little mice here already asking for some cheese. So I'm gonna go deliver this to my little mice factory. And we are gonna get going with the next thing. I believe I'm gonna wait on this. I just picked up this marble Colby Jack cheese Longhorn log, and I like Longhorn Steakhouse, so maybe it's in the matrix somewhere. 6.13 pounds. This is $3.49 a pound, $21.39. But just got this one last week at Sharp Shopper, and we just processed just a speck off of 12 pounds of provolone. So we are going to use up this provolone. Will I run out of cheese and get this all out and wish I did? I mean, who? It's an adventure. Okay, and we're doing our best. 12 pounds of provolone should probably be okay, and if not, we gotta back up. My folks who were interested in cheese have now got interested in apples. You would think they would take cheese and apples. Someone heated up some sausage patties, and that's exciting. So my first goal is to get these breakfast freezer meal sandwiches done. So cheese is prepped, sausage patty, great value sausage patties. Pre-cooked, ready to go, sounds good. And then we have, but see, it's a little bit of everything. We have homemade English muffins and homemade sourdough that we did maybe 2 weeks ago now, and I had to get them in the freezers or they would be already gone. So because of my Real Mama Life and Food Matrix, YouTube, Big Freezer Meal, all the things life, I made these. Well, I set out a sampling. I mean, they probably ate 2 dozen or so. They had some. And then we put them in the freezer. And then on the next Walmart grocery pickup order, I ordered some great value bagels so that I could now make homemade breakfast freezer sandwiches out of the homemade sourdough. But homemade sourdough English muffins and bagels aren't gonna be here for 2 weeks until I get to this project. That's what I like to say. That's how the Mama Mafia works around here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this cheese in bags because life. So that will be good. And then next up, we are going to do sheet pan eggs. Now, I have done sheet pan eggs a variety of ways over the years. I've done sheet pan omelets. I've done sheet pan fried eggs. And for these breakfast sandwiches, I like doing some variation of sheet pan scrambled eggs, but they're in squares. I've heard from a lot of mamas who've seen me do that in videos, and they do it that way now as well, and they just really like that method. I certainly have the video footage of all the times where I have stood and scrambled eggs and such, but it's just very nice and neat for these freezer sandwiches to have them in a self-contained square. And you can do things like add sausage to them, add bacon, add vegetables, add cheese. Do a great many things, so feel free with it. I don't necessarily follow a recipe with it. I eyeball it. I do the eggs in probably one of my 30-quart mixing bowls most of the time. I'm just gonna save all these little pieces as well. No, I'm not gonna put that piece in there. Let's see. Get that little piece. Here for a minute, and now we will just do a quick tidy up around the edges and get going with the sheet pan scrambled eggs. we're gonna pull out these leftovers because like I said, Mama ain't cooking tonight. So, whew, look at us, we meal prep. This is our roast and potatoes, which I had that earlier today, and it just, even in the microwave, it was wonderful, wonderful, super happy. Okay, got those. This should be the last night for the sweet potatoes. Now, I'm not going to forget the shrimp tonight. Don't even know if there's half a pound left in that, but that's good. We're using it. Let's see here. These deviled eggs from last night, the consensus, at least from the grown men children, is they were a little salty. I mean, there was a whole plate. There's 4 left, but someone will grab the last few deviled eggs. Some thought it was a little salty. I did tell him to put a little Redmond salt in there, and then I used that azure paprika. I don't know. We just washed these grapes and put them in here yesterday. So there's that. And I'll just set the apples up. I mean, you just never know. I did just have a kiddo come through here and grab an apple, and that was my cue. Yeah, it's 6:37. Time to get the large family buffet out and running. Oh, that's a nice amount of shrimp. Okay. We just asked for a medium spice. My now 12-year-old had these at a friend's house, and anyway, loved them so much, that's what she wanted for her birthday. But this is just gonna be like, Mama ain't making no plates. I'm taking lids off of things, right? I might cut that steak roast up a little bit just for clarity, for dinner clarity. And I'll probably set the butter out. I do have some more of that J.P. Hughes steak sauce. Not steak sauce. Cocktail sauce. Okay. Chop up with this. So, got a bone. Guess we can take that out. Some really good tallow on the bottom of this. What I did this morning, well, when I had my brunch, I had some of this steak and I think I had half of a small sweet potato. Anyway, I scooped some of this tallow and put it on there. Pretty hard, but I'm just gonna encourage everyone to get chunks and heat it through, and it'll all work out. Okay, maybe I'll put this in here for those potatoes. Grab a sweet potato with that. Get out. I mean, even though I've touched everything, that's okay, because that's what you get to do with your mom. So we're just gonna break these into smaller bunches. We can see, I bet these grapes are gonna be gone after dinner. I don't want to take the time though to break off every single grape. I think they can have little clusters, right? Little grape clusters. Alrighty, let me set out our wonderful paper plates. Now, one of my YouTube viewers today told me with the Dollar Tree silverware, I mean, when I got it, I thought this may not be great, but I didn't know that it wasn't great. Didn't Google about Dollar Tree silverware. She had said that in her experience, the Dollar Tree silverware flakes. So, let's not do that. Over the years, I have bought so many little bundles and replacement sets at Walmart of the forks and spoons. I've never had any flake. Mysteriously disappear? Yeah, expert level forks and spoons mysteriously disappearing, but never flake. So I'm concerned about that. So I'm going to be gathering up, which I can tell because they're the brightest. I'm gonna gather up the Dollar Tree forks and spoons, and just let them go. And then I do have a Walmart pickup order that I forgot to put laundry detergent on. See, talking to you helps me remember my list. My goodness, what did we do before Walmart pickup and delivery? Oh, all these years of just, yeah, okay. Ode to Walmart pickup and delivery. Back to Dollar Tree silverware. I'm just gonna get rid of it. I don't want to chance it flaking. I'm gonna add Walmart forks and spoon replacement bundles and laundry detergent to my list. And I got a fork for the meat bites there. These forks down here. And now we'll just go through the leftover buffet. Tomorrow night sheet pan dinners. We'll probably process 8 pounds of strawberries. I got some romaine lettuce for the burgers. Hopefully there's no recall on that. And for my freezer cooking video, I processed 12 pounds of provolone in one of those big cheese logs that I get from Sharp Shopper. The cheese slicer's out, the good one, not the broken one. The broken one we made disappear. That's where all the other forks and spoons went. Anyway, we'll do sheet pan burgers and sheet pan cheeseburgers tomorrow night. Okay, I wasn't wrong about those grapes, and somehow the rest of those eggs found a home. And the roast is done. Good morning, friends. More snow on the ground. Gonna see if I have enough coffee made yet for my new thrift store coffee cup. It has been well loved, well reviewed. They love it. And our snow action going on here. Believe there's supposed to be ice today. Good morning. The makings of a mama, healthy protein, healthy level of fat per my bio individual needs breakfast. I have some folks who have some second breakfast needed as well. Well, we have some dishes underway. I'm not doing the dishes, but I appreciate the dishes that are getting done. And these are the dishes that are left from when I rendered all that beef fat last weekend. I set them outside and soaked them a bit out there, and we had some snow. And hey, how do you prevent beef fat from going down your drains? Well, we just did a little outside scrubbing on them. Now they're gonna get their inside scrub. Well, my friends, I come before you saying that spoon theory, it's a whole thing, isn't it? And I have seen spoon theory activate and be a thing over this past, I mean, is it 19 months now? I don't know. Good long bit, since August 2023. The video proof evidence that I have given you in this video, I had some really good plans for this week. I had my planner was looking really good. And things started to slide. And there were some big things that ended up taking a whole lot of my spoons. Phone calls, conversations, advocacy, insert all the things here. And that's a lot. So, large family meals of the week also looked like at one point this week, and I just didn't even film it. I took a day where I stayed like this, you know, castor oil on the face, like, this is how I know I'm resting, or how I know I'm taking it easy, if I just stay like this. I ordered Domino's pizza one afternoon, and I was like, I'm not even filming today. And I let myself rest. I watched that Becoming Jane movie about Jane Austen's life. I watched House Hunters. I ate a Domino's pizza lava cake. Whatever. So, I don't know. Will this help anybody? Will it help any mama out there? It's just part of my story that I can get going well with my schedule and the things I'm trying to do. And then all the unnatural but yet common crisis level stuff that I still have to be strong with and use all my grown-up words and stuff. It just takes a lot out of me. It's not like any of that gets to be done anytime soon. So that's where a lot of this week has went. I'm hopeful though. What I want to share with you, I've got this little like because I am running a full-time business too. And a lot of my business has been making massive amounts of food on the internet. Well, how do I do that when I gotta order Domino's pizza and all my spoons are used up? So I have this little to-do list that I've written out that ain't that big. It's still a couple hours of work. Now, I will say, most of my folks are done with their school. I got one more that needed some help with a few things. They're working on picking up their bedroom right now, and then we're gonna circle back and I can help with that. Thankfully, I have all of my folks doing pretty much online school besides outside activities. I've shared about that, and that is a big support too. So anyway, I have a segment I need to film for a sponsor. I'm just figuring that'll take 30 minutes. I'm going to film because we need to eat, and I've played my Domino's card this week, haha. We're gonna do sheet pan burgers today for lunch because I've had those defrosted. I need to update my schedule. I need to sit in my car and film voiceover for a video. Actually one long video, it'll probably take me an hour. Another video will take me about 30 minutes. And then from 4 o'clock on, I'm just sitting and resting, and I will hold the TV clicker. And that's how I'm going to operate today on running on negative spoons. That's the plan. Now, and I'll link it below, spoon theory is a metaphor describing the amount of physical or mental energy that a person has available for daily activities and tasks and how it can become limited. It goes on to talk about a 2003 essay of the writer who coined the phrase, and it talks about her experience with chronic illness and using a handful of spoons, but it can also be used to describe a wide range of disabilities, mental health issues, forms of marginalization, and other factors that might place unforeseen burdens on individuals. So it says spoons are used as a metaphor and visual representation for energy rationing. So I wanted to give some of that definition in that I don't have a chronic illness or a disability, but I do have ongoing crisis and trauma. And there are weeks that knock me down. And then I could go several weeks, and I guess everything is kind of okay, and I get a glimpse of what life will be like on the other side, maybe? Yeah, just things that take a lot more energy. I just wanted to give that bit of a definition, and again, I'll link it below. Also, today is Valentine's Day, and a few weeks ago at Dollar Tree, we got some goodies. Now, some of our Valentine's goodies have mysteriously disappeared. I think there were a few more of these. I'm still gonna do like a little silly mom Dollar Tree attempt at, I just thought I'd make like a little Valentine's plate. These, I think, have also been sampled, which is cool. Okay, well these are fun looking little Valentine's just because plates. We got those little balloons you're supposed to, like, I don't know, pound on it and it becomes a balloon, however that works. Our different little junior mints and some chocolates and some lollipops. And then gluten-free folks from this group that's home, we've got some gluten-free chocolate mousse from Wild Grain. And I also have a special gluten-free cookie from Wild Grain that's in the oven, and that will go on their plate. friends, you won't believe it. We are going to do sheet pan burgers. Got the big old bacon sheets out. I'm also gonna get some strawberries prepped to go as a side item. So let's get it going. Well, we set these burgers in this refrigerator a couple days ago to defrost, and they have done their job. And finally today, after I took my extra recovery time, I feel pretty good. I feel like I probably do need another day or two to be 100% back on top, and we got another whole ice storm situation coming, so there's that. But I feel like, well, first off, let's just get one of these. You know, I used to have bacon sheet, like full-size bacon sheets this size at the Forest House. I don't know where they've gone. I think I might have one. I don't even, that's left out of those 4, and I don't even know if it's the full size. Anyway, I ordered a few more because I was like, wait a minute, I feed 10 people every day. I should at least have full-size bacon sheets again. And I've got a bunch of the half size and I think quarter size. Now these are thrift store scissors. I wonder what they're gonna do in life. Anyway, just want to let you all know, because we've had a variety of ups and downs, I feel like, in this video over the past week. I am feeling rested. I am feeling better. And I know I need a few more days. And that is to be expected and also totally okay. Okay. Good job, burgers. I am going to do all of these burgers. So, hey, look, we meal prepped so that this is done. Oh yeah, these scissors are not great. I didn't mean for these to be in with my kitchen scissors. How is it my kitchen scissors disappeared and Mom is left here with the 50-cent thrift store scissors? I mean, there's something fishy going on there. But anyway, I am doing these for the weekend, for today, and then they will also be ready as needed. So I don't have to cook anymore this weekend. Yay! I did burgers on the sheet pan. We're gonna cook these, and we are going to prep the strawberries. And we're going to have a family meal and play a card game. This is how I parent. And that will be so nice. I have been pretty productive today. Of course, real time, it is Saturday. So Saturday means for me, many Saturdays I get a lot of business work done. And that is that. So that's how working moms make it happen. Preheated. I did not know that's what needed to happen in life, but we'll get the full-size sheet pan. And even though life took a slide this week, and surprise, surprise, I didn't get those breakfast freezer meals done, but we processed 12 pounds of cheese. The cheese is already being used for other adventures. This cheese is going to be part of our cheeseburgers. And hey, we got it processed. That was good. I do need to probably put my sourdough starter in the refrigerator. Should probably feed it and then do that. I need to label it though because I have jars of discard in there, and normally when I put my starter in there, it's in a bigger container. It's okay, it'll all work out. So I've put my starter to sleep oh so many times. Just where I have fed it and I've put it in the refrigerator, and it's been weeks or months before I've gotten it out. Sometimes I remember to take it out and feed it once a week or every other. People do it different ways. Other times it's just gone for weeks, and then I've taken it out and I fed it and it's been okay. I've also talked to folks who lose their active starter and then they reactivate some of their discard. So it's all possible, and there's all kinds of great sourdough information online. And I know I get comments from viewers saying, Jamerrill, why don't you have a bigger container of flour? I do need to get a funnel. This is not a wide mouth jar, but it is the jar that I grabbed. And I don't even have to feed it this much, but I like doing it a cup at the time, and it all works out pretty well. I've had a lot of team baking happening. So I'm just gonna put this over here for now. That be that. We have some fun events coming up that you all will see, some fun adventures. So I just think it's going to be a couple weeks until we get the sourdough back out. Remember my three big cooking focuses besides make it through survival. Survival food, which can appear in the forms of great value pizza, which Walmart delivery, yay. Survival food, which could also be some Hebrew National hot dogs and some, do some pork and beans, some beanie weenies. Survival food in the form of freezer meals. But our focus for 2025, the big three focus, freezer meals, sourdough, canning, right? Freezer meals, sourdough, canning. Along with is the continual large family meals of the week, which I've been doing large family meals of the week probably for 8 or so years now, and I appreciate these videos because I'm able to gather a variety of food adventures throughout the week. And then, like many of you have said, you like it because it also feels like a little bit like a week in the life, only we focus heavy on the food, and we also focus heavy on emotional health around here. So I feel good about not losing my starter. I really can't talk. I wrote with wet erase marker. Nope. Yes, wet erase, because dry erase, you just wipe. Wet erase takes water. Starter, 2025, 2025. Mom's sourdough starter, SD starter. I just wrote this all over, because again, this is all the way from my tablespoon from Lisa, Farmhouse on Boone. I think it was 2023, somewhere in my life vortex, I went to Missouri, and I got to come home with a tablespoon of starter. It's good. It's good. We're resting for the rest of this weekend, but food is being made. Lots of feed up, lots of journaling, lots of gentleness. I've been watching through a video series with some of my folks. What else did I do? I told you I watched that Becoming Jane movie. I've been enjoying some House Hunters. Yesterday we watched La La Land because that's been a while, and that's always a fun blast from the past because when La La Land came out, I had this fun out-of-the-box opportunity, the things that YouTube has brought. In maybe 2017 or so, I had a company contact me and they wanted me to do voiceover, and I got to go to Hollywood and I got to take my oldest son with me. I was pregnant with Benjamin, who now is almost 8. I got to go do voiceover. How fun is that? And it was when La La Land was out, so we got to go see La La Land at the Chinese theater that's there. Just lots of fun memories. So anyway, we watched that as I've been going through my resetting cycle of rest. One of my folks cleaned out the fridge pretty good today, which was super nice. So yes, it's spacious. Of course, I don't have a lot of cooking projects going on right now. They set out thinking ahead. Some of these Hebrew National hot dogs we got for $3.99 at Sharp Shopper. We still have a box of yogurt from Sharp Shopper in here. Only have, this is like the grocery haul in my fridge, only have one thing of blueberries. We got some bananas that need finished though. We're also out of apples. Variety of cheese. The sausages that I was going to use on those breakfast sandwiches, they've been using them. I was like, yeah, just go ahead and eat them. Hopefully in a week or two I can circle back to doing breakfast freezer meals again, and I'll just order us more sausages. It'll be okay. But this is some of my discard gathering that's been going on. Milk, that milk's probably a little too high. Got some gluten-free baking, and then one of my teens, we need to probably wrap this, but they did homemade chocolate lava cakes, and they were getting frustrated with the different recipes they were finding, so they used ChatGPT to find their recipe. It's like the modern tools kids have today. So anyway, oh, and that turned out delicious. So now I'm going to have a Waterloo, and we're gonna prep these strawberries. Sorry, I just have random water running and no strawberries in it. We'll get there. I'm going to go ahead and prep these. I think these are 2 pounds each. Yes, so that'll be 8 pounds of strawberries for the rest of this weekend. Alrighty, so here's how dinner for this evening and some meal prep for the weekend is a looking. We got our whole lot of burgers with provolone on top, buns. We've got more. We have some gluten-free in the fridge I need to get out. Got some lettuce washed and perfect for burgers or for some lettuce wraps. Did some of the strawberries. More are in the fridge, and so here we go. Look, we meal prepped. Happy weekend cheeseburger dinner. Yay!